So I'm going to show you how we animate a question. Now you'll have to forgive me, I've got a bit of a cold at the moment, so I might have some voice cracks and you can kind of hear. It means I can't really record for foreseeable till I get better, so I do apologise for that. Anyway, this is the question that Ariel had for 100 million, and I'm going to show you firstly how we do the bank time. So it starts at 2 minutes, the time bank was 1 minute 15, so it's just this that needs copying. We put it into here and paste it. What it does is it rewrites all the little numbers that change. I think there's about 43 of them. So you just see them like one after the other.
Well,
it's like instantaneous almost.
Well, let's see.
It's just a nice little animation of the clock increasing. Next, what I'm doing is I'm checking the timings so that I can synchronize these perfectly. Now, I do actually have a way of doing it properly without having to do the mental calculations myself. But I thought for this sake, I would just look at it. So I think I'm just looking at the timings and adding 2, because I think my recording starts at something 58. So looking at where the bank time, this is where the question bit appears. Now there's a 1.42 second delay here. So I just have to, I think I'm just taking away 1.42 and adding 2 to the number. Again, I normally have a better method for it, but that should be okay. This one's not a conventional one because it's not got a final answer. It's just I'm walking away, although we've still got to get the options to appear. So I kind of do that halfway between David finishing the question and David revealing the first option. So it's almost like he's got time to read them himself if this was in real time. It used to be the case the clock started, and that made things a little bit easier, but it doesn't really matter. We'll look for where the clock's starting here, and that's going to start it counting down. We actually need to get the correct clocks, and we'll get the correct clocks in a second because each of the questions has a different amount of time based on how much time was banked. So we're going to have to generate a clock for this question of 3 minutes and 15 seconds, and I'll show you how we do that shortly. Trying to think what we're doing here. Oh, it's because this is after a minute now. So PowerPoint's a bit funny about animations appearing after a minute. So what I have to do is just kind of cheat a little bit. You can kind of see here, I've done it there, so I can just follow this, and we can put this the bit where the clock stops there, and it's the only real way without dragging it, which takes ages. But yeah, PowerPoint, if you're watching, you probably aren't, but you need to sort that out, please, so that just to make things a little bit easier. Full animations that go on longer than a minute, like this one. So we do the same thing for the correct answer reveal. It's a little bit tricky because there's no noise to go by. We just have to go by what is being said. And there's also a bit of misdirect as well, because David says B, final answer, option A. So we kind of want it maybe to appear where it says final answer, because then we'll know, oh, he's talking about A. And it's just, yeah, it just kind of adds a bit of absurdity, a bit of comicness to the absurdity of the question. So that is where it's going to appear. It's after 2 minutes now, and we can do with previouses, and that should now appear in the right place at about 2 minutes and 18 seconds in. Now these are the clocks. We've got a macro that makes the clocks for us. Just got to pick the right one, teal clock, and 3 minutes and 15, and that animation will run for 3 minutes 15. We've got another thing that changes the colour. The reason it's kind of on its side is the animation used last time was like the PowerPoint's clock wheel thing, but I didn't like that because it was like a gradient. I'd just rather it be a straight thing. So I reckon I could probably rotate it the correct way around, but it's not really important, and we just kind of kept as it is. Do the same thing for the bit at the top as well, make that 3 minutes, and now we can import them into the episode. So just finding where that is, so that I'm able to insert those clocks. And I've gone on the wrong thing. I've got to insert picture. I don't want picture, I want video. So that's fine. We go video there, and we will find the clock that we need, which is, I think, 195 seconds, that one there. And what I do is we've got to cut it in half and then make it twice the size without affecting the aspect ratio. But before we do that, we'll put the other one in there too. The gold ones, they're Millionaire, million questions. We've got another one which is just in gold, but these ones change colour, and I quite like the colour changing effect. The original idea was just to make it teal for the super questions, but changing colour was, yeah, I don't know when I thought of that. I thought that'd be quite a fun thing to do because it's something I could do. So I thought, oh, we'll see what it looks like. And I thought, yeah, it looks quite nice. So what we just got to do now is just sync it up with the rest of the animations. So that first one's synced up. Now the next one, we've got to do the same thing. We've got to make it the correct size. So get rid of the aspect ratio, turn it around, copy the formatting and copy the animation. And it should be the case that we've got that. Now we've done that, there's only one more thing to do, which is add in the dynamic glint. So the bit. Now again, it used to be on repeat, but again, we've discovered a macro that is able to add it in so that it appears every 8 seconds. So the glint should only appear when the question's being revealed, the answer's being revealed, or when the question's active. And I mean by that, the timer is active and in effect. So it should go every 8 seconds. So what I've just done is I've divided the difference between the clock starting and the clock stopping by 8. And I'm going to round that number up. I've got a macro there that will kind of determine the animation for us, and we'll insert it every 8 seconds. So I put my start time and how many repetitions I want, and it just does all of that for us. Now we've got to just check that everything works.
Well, let's see if we can tempt you. You've managed to save 1 minute and 15 seconds. But first up, here it is for 100 million. Which of these sayings has been said most frequently in all versions and variations of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? B, final answer. C, final answer. I'm going to take the money. I'm going to walk away. Start the clock. So, what are your thoughts?
Last time I was in the hot seat, I took a stupid risk and lost 5 million gems. I really think leave. And if you don't let me walk away, I'm walking off anyway.
All right, well, we tried. Anyway, let's give Ariel a big hand. She leaves us not as a billionaire, but as a super millionaire. 10 million gems. Give her a huge hand. Okay, well, the answer was B. Final answer, option A.
Well, you nearly screwed us over there.
That seems all fine. All we now have to do is just put a picture of Ariel behind it and a picture of David behind it, and it should be fine to implement. Next up is me showing off my fastest finger first machine thing I've built. You know, I'm not a crazy person, but just a bit of fun. Thought I'd put that in the episode. And this is us now putting it all together. So show you that was the first question that we actually got it right, but this is the next question we put together. And you can kind of see that we've just kind of put one on top of the other, and we're splicing in between David and Ariel, so that when one of them's speaking, it's them we see, but when the other person's speaking, we see the other one. And that's it. And now for the rest of the episode, and it just goes ahead as normal. And that's a very nice AI image of David, and we're going to speak a little bit about the AI stuff next. So I'm really enjoying the AI at the moment, and you can see here we've got this AI image of David on his phone at the end of the episode. But AI really has improved things a lot, and only really thought about using it for the wise men. So this is what the wise men reveal was originally going to look like. And then we were just going to have just random shots of Mr. Bean, Mr. Blobby and Jack Grealish when they were talking. But I just put into AI, can you have the three of them sat around a table? And literally, I could not predict how good that would be. Like it looks so good. So I thought we just had to use that in the episode. As you can see, we've got David here on his phone. We've also got him just playing on his phone as well. I think that'd be fun in like another episode. A contestant could be like, I'll go with B, David. And David's like, just a minute, mate. Just got to finish this text. That'd be fun. So, fastest finger first next. So, in the first episode, we just kind of went for these kind of depictions, which look fine. But I put into ChatGPT, can you like upgrade this image? And it did a really good job, and this is what we ended up with. And I think the first one looks fine, but the second one just looks so much better. Like in episode 1, we didn't do that, and it looks fine. But it was quite fun as well, because I just picked two numbers at random. So we've got 32 and we got 72, which meant 71 was Kitty Jingles, so we get to see Kitty Jingles again. But of course, Trevor's our main guy. Now, it's a bit tricky to get Trevor because he's a copyrighted image and ChatGPT doesn't like them, so we kind of get someone that doesn't look much like him, so I've just kind of had to put a bit of photoshoppery in there too, just so that we know that is Trevor. And the same with getting him in profile. When he made his last appearance, it was before we did the HD stuff, so it just looks such a bad quality. So we AI'd it, and I think the AI looks quite nice actually. We just had to sort his eyes out, and actually maybe in the next episode I might just sort out that bit next to his eyes too, so it does definitely look like him. Okay, now I've not used Ask the Audience yet, but I wanted to show you how the Ask the Audience works, because that also uses macro. This was Trevor's 5,000 gem question, and he doesn't actually use Ask the Audience. He knows it, he knows loads of digits of pi, but let's pretend he doesn't know it, what it would be like. Well, for gimmicky sake, we can make it so that it's 314, because that's like the pi numbers. That'd be a bit fun. But it just involves a macro, and if we paste that and run it, just a mistake there, don't have a J in there, because I also use this for the games I've made as well. J is the number of questions. There are 15 questions. There's only one question there, so we didn't need a J. But this should look okay. And it just saves so much time, because beforehand what I used to do is I just manually was changing all the bars, and an absolute nightmare. Before I realised you could just do this and you get something like this within seconds. It's such a game changer, because that just looks so clean and so fluid as well. I love it. It's I'm very proud of that, as you can probably see, because I do lots of videos of the Ask the Audience bit in the game, because it is just something I'm very proud of. What I'm actually missing though is the bar chart, because it is randomly decided like what it's going to look like, so we can kind of keep regenerating it, and this is kind of the journey that each of the bars is going to go on. I quite like the winning bar to start from behind and then come in front, so something like that looks quite good. So if we're not happy with the first one, we can just go in and change it and see what this one looks like. Remember to get rid of the J this time, and it should in a second update, and there it is. Let's have a look at this one. So you can be the judge about which bar you thought was the cleanest. But yeah, that's it for us, and hopefully you enjoyed watching this video.